Few players are admired by fans of as many clubs as the great Alan Ball. The midfielder had a glittering career, making close to 1,000 appearances at club level and also receiving 72 caps for the England team, including being a part of the victorious 1966 World Cup winning side. He spent many years as a manager too, and in a lengthy career in the game, he gained far more admirers than many in football could hope of, as he was truly one of the finest midfielders English football has ever produced. This is a story of the life of Alan Ball. Alan Ball was born in Farnworth, Lancashire on the 12th of May 1945, the son of Alan Sr., who had been a professional footballer himself, and Alan Sr. would be manager of Ashton United when Alan Jr. would sign for them in 1960. Due to his short height, Ball had been rejected by a number of clubs, with Bolton manager Bill Ridding saying that Ball would make a good jockey. Having left school with no qualifications, Ball felt football was his calling. Blackpool offered him a trial, as his father knew a member of the Tangerines coaching staff and called in a favour. Blackpool took a chance and signed Ball, and would be one of the best decisions the club ever made. In 1962, he made his debut in a 2-1 victory over Bill Shankly's Liverpool at Anfield. It was an ideal debut for a player who had gone on to become a Toffee legend. He became a regular in the Blackpool midfield the next season, making 34 appearances and scoring 14 goals in all competitions. He continued making waves the next campaign, also netting his first career hat-trick. He was gaining a reputation as a workhorse, with incredible stamina, driving forward to help the attack and dropping deep to help the defence. He had a fierce desire to win that would drive his teammates, and he was loved for his strong work rate. His talent was gaining attraction, and Alf Ramsey awarded Alan Ball his first England cap in 1965 in a 1-1 draw, 3 days before Ball turned 20. In preparation for the next year's World Cup, Ramsey was building a team that would be known as the Wingless Wonders, by playing central midfielders in the wide positions as they are better at dropping back to defend than wingers. Ball's creativity and fluidity meant he suited Ramsey's system perfectly. Ball will be a part of Ramsey's squad for the 1966 World Cup, the youngest in the team, aged 21. He played in England's first game, a 0-0 draw of Uruguay, and then started as they defeated Argentina in the 10th quarter-final, and played again as they defeated Portugal to enter the final. In the final, Ball played incredibly. He took the corner that saw Martin Peters score to give England the lead, and he also got the assists for Geoff Hurst's second goal that trickled over the line. Despite the side being exhausted in the extra period, Ball's seemingly endless energy surged England on to victory. He ran around so much that his socks were down by his ankles, and after the game, Alf Ramsey told Ball he would never play a better game in his life. Ball was welcomed back home as a hero, and to date remains the last Blackpool player to win an England cap. His performances at the finals attracted attention, and he would soon be signed by Everton for a fee of £112,000, a record sale for an English club at the time. He had formed part of a holy trinity in midfield with Colin Harvey and Howard Kendall, in what many saw as Everton's finest side. He would be a runner-up in the 1968 FA Cup final with the Toffees, but played a huge part as Everton won the league in 1970. He travelled to Mexico with England that summer as they hoped to retain their crown, but they lose 3-2 to West Germany in the quarter-finals. Ball had become a beloved part of the Goodison Park setup, with the Toffees faithful falling in love with his tireless work rate and commitment to the badge. He loved the club in return, speaking of how after scoring a goal against Liverpool, he was overwhelmed with emotion, thinking about how much he loved Everton and wanted to be there forever. However, it would soon come to a sudden end. In December 1971, Alan Ball was summoned in for a meeting with manager Harry Catterick. Catterick informed Ball that he was going to be sold to Arsenal, and that their manager Bertie Mee was in the room next door. Ball was horrified, saying that he was captain and still in the prime of his career. Catterick was saying he was looking to turn a profit on a player that he had got 6 years out of. Ball had also got interest from Manchester United and Man City, but Arsenal offered him the best terms, and against his initial wishes, he joined the Gunners, a side who had just won the double. Ball was devastated, saying that Catterick had threatened to leave him out of the side if he did not make the move. He made the point that his last appearance at the club against Derby was a poor one, but Ball countered that it was due to the fact his wife had given birth to a daughter the night before and Ball had not slept. Everton fans were outraged too, but Ball, who had been purchased for £200,000, would be a hero at Highbury too. They reached the FA Cup final in Ball's first season, but lost to Don Revie's Leeds. He would make 50 appearances for the club the next season. As a great deal of the double-winning side was broken up, Ball remained a staple in the side and was named captain in '75. An injury at the start of the 75-76 season saw him miss the beginning of the campaign, and after Bertie Mee resigned, Ball was phased out, with Terry Neal looking to take them in a new direction. Ball left to join Southampton in 1976. For the third time in his career, he joined a club who had won the FA Cup the previous season, but he would never win the great trophy himself. He helped Southampton win promotion back to top flight in 1978, and also helped them reach the League Cup final the year after, but they were defeated by Brian Clough's Nottingham Forest. By now, his playing time for England was over, after 72 caps and 8 goals, and he would spend time playing in America and Canada before having a season back at Blackpool. He then spent a campaign back at Southampton before rounding his career off with Australian outfits Forest Athena, Hong Kong side Eastern, and finishing off with a brief spell at Bristol Rovers. With almost 1,000 appearances and over 200 goals, it was one of the finest careers English football had seen. Truly a legend of the English game, it was now time for Alan Ball to head to the dugout. He began managing with Southampton's rivals Portsmouth and guided them to promotion to the top flight in 1987. After relegation and a falling out with the board, he was sacked. He went on to have spells at Stoke and Exeter, as well as being part of Graham Taylor's England setup. He had returned to Southampton once again and helped Matt Le Tissier hit fine form to achieve a great escape, with him having taken over a side that before his appointment had spent most of the season in the drop zone. He then guided them to a 10th place finish. He left Southampton to join Manchester City, which many Saints fans were greatly upset by. Many saw his appointment as down to the fact he was friends with the club's new chairman in Franny Lee, rather than his managerial ability. Ball was involved in a comical incident on the final day. Manchester City were facing relegation and played Liverpool on the last day. A fan with a pocket radio close to the dugout had an ear on the other results and believed just a point would do. With the scores tied at 2-2, Man City were wasting time and trying to kill the game. After being subbed off, Niall Quinn had gone into dressing rooms and after seeing the TV, realised they needed a goal to stay up. He sprinted to the bench to inform his colleagues, but it was too late, and Manchester City were relegated with Southampton, pipping them to 17th place. Ball would rejoin Portsmouth, who at that time were facing financial hardship, and he kept them up twice, but would not manage again after his departure. He suffered after retiring and lost his wife to cancer in 2004, and then had to put his World Cup medal and tournament cap up for auction to raise money for his family. He would pass away from a heart attack at his home in 2007 at the age of 61. At his funeral service, attended by many of his former teammates, the flat cap he was well known for wearing was placed on his coffin. It is so rare that a player is loved by so many different fan bases as Alan Ball, but it is a testament to the character he was. He was a man who came out of school with nothing and worked tirelessly to get something out of the beautiful game. And whilst few can boast a World Cup winners' medal, even fewer can boast a man of the match performance in a World Cup final. He got everything out of the game he put in, wanting nothing more than to win and to make fans happy. And truly, he got the love he deserved for the dedication he gave to football. Truly, he was Ball by name and Ball by nature. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video on the AFC Finners channel. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please have a look at the channel down below and check out the hundreds of videos available. If you'd like to support the channel on Patreon, you can do so in the link below for as little as £1 a month. Please let me know what you thought of this video and what topic you'd like me to cover next. See you next time.